Greetings of peace, love, and harmony. I am Mandisa Mosi, and let's get right into it. Today, we're going to talk about self-love, what it is, what's it about, why it's important, and things that you can do to do it, like certain tips and tricks. Because a lot of times when we think about self-love and self-care, same thing. You need self-care to practice self-love. But a lot of times when we think about it, we think about nails, hair, all of these aesthetic things. And that's what like the soft life is showing us now. Like that's a huge trend. But in my opinion, the soft life is a very expensive lifestyle. And you don't need all of that to love yourself. In my opinion, soft life kind of gives into capitalism a lot. And I'm not anti-capitalism, but I am anti overconsumption and feeling like it has to be luxury. Feeling like luxury has to be expensive. I feel like it's my belief that if we truly define what's luxury for us outside of social media landscape, it won't be as expensive as we put on. But because at such and such posted soft life, hashtag soft life, and she has the perfect shade of pink and the perfect nails with the perfect view, then my soft life has to look like that as well. If my self-care doesn't look like a full day at the spa or getting the hair spa and the this and the that, then that must not be soft life. We have to learn how to define our self-care and what we need to love ourselves without the influence of social media. And I know that's easier said than done because our brains and our subconscious are trained to like look at certain things and want it when we see it. So what if I were to tell you that to practice self-care, you didn't really need to buy anything? Like, at least not start off. Like, what if I told you to practice self-care and to have self-love for yourself, all you need to do was really to learn to be your most authentic self, to uphold your healthy boundaries, because that is different than defense mechanisms. Because triggers are normal and triggers are meant for you to handle and they're meant for you to monitor. They're not necessarily meant for anyone else to take care of. But healthy boundaries are meant for us to have for ourselves to implement and maintain. What if I told you that's all you need to practice self-care? And everything else built up around that. Because if you're truly living in your authentic truth, what at such and such is doing for her soft life, it won't affect you or matter to you at all. Because you will know that when you're in your authenticity, you don't really need all that stuff. For you, would they be maybe nice to haves, but you'll learn that they're not necessities for your journey. And I know that social media allows us and tricks us into thinking that we need to have it or we have to have it this way. And we don't. So being authentic, defining what healthy boundaries are for you is the number one way to practice self-care. You know, knowing yourself and knowing who you are is the number one way to practice self-care. I do have a Substack and I have services that I offer that you can see the link in the descriptions that can provide you insight. But free game is like learning how to meditate, and if you can't meditate, learning how to be with yourself without your mind telling you that you need to be doing something else, without your mind telling you or like creating these incessant visions of this, like being with yourself. Like, can you just sit in a chair in silence and be okay? Is this uncomfortable for you? Do you feel the need to listen to some music? Does your mind feel the need to wander? Are these pauses a little bit too much for you? Are you getting triggered and feel like you need to click to the next video? Like, comment, and subscribe. By the way, I will be here every single day in December producing shorts and videos. So, but yeah, like learning to be with yourself without feeling the need, because our minds like entertainment. But when we train our mind, if meditation is not for you, learning how to go on walks in nature, right? Learning how to do things and being mindful of you doing them. Because that's a form of meditation too. Like learning how to do things without your mind playing a daydream or talking about something else that you need to do while you're doing something else. Learning how to be present. That is the best form of self-care, self-awareness, self-knowledge, period. Another thing is, so those health boundaries, knowing yourself. And then another thing is having healthy community. Because self-care sounds like me, myself, and I. But truly, too much of me and myself and I, too much of anything can kill you. Too much isolation can kill you. There's a difference between isolation and solitude. I cherish my solitude and I protect it tenfold. And then there's a really negative side of me, my shadow self, that loves isolation and not get in a dark hole, and it can take me a long time to get out of it. So creating a community, choosing a community that's healthy for you, that's grounding for you, that's nurturing for you, and that will also hold you accountable. Community does not necessarily make you feel good. Community is not there to make you feel good. Community is there to hold you accountable. The biggest form of love is accountability, period. You practice that in community by first practicing it with yourself. So self-love, self-accountability. I'm going in community. I can be accountable in community because I'm accountable with myself. And there may be times, because I am human, that I will need my community to hold me accountable as well. And being able to take that. And you being able to deliver and give accountability as well. Boom. That's another big one. So, oh, sorry. I thought I kicked my cat. So allowing yourself space to just be, like I stated before, forget the standards or what it looks like. Forget all of that. Knowing who you are. That's a huge thing when it comes to self-care. To me, when I think about it, and when I first heard about self-care, I was always like, this is like some fluffy bullcrap because of what people make it look like. They make it look very superficial. They make self-care look like self-maintenance, and it's not the same thing. It's just not. So please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Again, I will be here every single day in December, counting you down to 2026, helping you to be prepared. And let me know in the comment section, what are you doing to prepare for 2026? And what are some self-care tips that you provide for yourself that are not superficial? Peace.